Okay, greetings, patriots, starseeds, light workers, and of course our brave military supporting and protecting our Constitution in the United States Republic and of course the new state of Canada. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a global and galactic revolution. Now, let's get on with this thing. All traditional media around the world will go offline, and a new documentaries will begin 24/7, broadcasting global via the emergency broadcast system, probably be an analog, detailing the takedown of the cabal, the fall of the fiat currency, which is the USD, and the rise of the sovereign freedom for the 209 GESARA compliant countries that will be joining the GESARA and NESARA. And there'll be a list of things that they have signed, such as no more wars. If they do try to cause a war post EBS, then their money will be ceased to be delivered. Okay, so and of course, if that is happening, and this is why they're going to be monitoring everything. Now, let me just explain this a little bit. What I think is going to happen is that people will receive their money, and there'll be a certain amount of money that goes out to the people based on this transfer using XRP, XLM, and they'll be able to transfer monies and everything. The commerce will still be up and running. Now, but it'll also be monitored. Now, if there's any problem or they're doing bad things with good money, they'll be shut down individually. And if a country does bad things with good money, they'll be shut down as well. Okay, so everything's going to be monitored. Now, if you're bad, you're going to get penalized hard. If you're good, you're going to get rewarded large. Okay, and this is how they're going to determine or separate the good from the evil. Okay, so that's how I think how things are going to go down. But you have to understand that 209 countries on this planet have already signed the GESARA treaty, which does not allow them to go to war. Okay, because it's in the GESARA Constitution. Okay, so there's going to be heavily penalized, and they will be ostracized. And I don't know if any one country would want to do that, because the people in that country would feel the effect right away, and it wouldn't take long before they overthrew their elected leader. Now, talking about elected leaders, I don't believe that there's going to be post EBS. There will be almost zero politicians. I believe there's going to be peace councils that have common sense, that have to abide by the Constitution of GESARA. Okay, so that's how this is going to, I think, play out. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Now, 10 days of darkness will begin through the secure Starlink system sometime during, whatever they're going to say, between now and the end of this month, or sometime into July. But I don't think it's going to be July, but who knows. They got the announcement to make July the 4th for all that good stuff that's going to happen. So I can see maybe after July 4th, maybe something like that happening. I don't know. Worldwide emergency alert. U.S. military stationed in 360 cities, anticipating riots after the Supreme Court announcement on the Brunson voter fraud case. Such would be dissolving the Congress and the legislation, any legislation passed by the Biden administration. Now, the Supreme Court does play a role to a certain point. If they're following the Constitution, then they stay to do their vote and stay in power, or they have they end up keeping their seats. But I believe that they're not going to be around for too much longer either. Okay, so national vaults converted fiat to gold certificates. Okay, so the fiat currency, anything that you have in your account or anywhere, is going to be converted to a U.S. Treasury note, and that will be based on you being a working Joe, doing, going to work every day, whatever. But they've been following all the dirty money too, right? So that's pretty much all cleaned up. Now the Medbed location code issued to the Tier 1 users. Okay, so that's going underway too. So there is a Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5, and this is how they're going to release it, I guess, just so we don't have an onslaught of population or mass chaos, right? Now, and that will be the coordinated media shutdowns in 5 countries will be the EBS tests coming. Rainbow Wallet full mode goes live in this period. So in these 5 countries, you'll see a lot of this being played out, all right? Okay, so under Trump Patriot Wealth directives, restitution and repatriation, the R&R payouts begin. Compensation for the IRS fraud, banking abuse, and vaccine injury is paid to the individual and bank accounts on the new Starlink system. So that money will be paid to those people that were involved in that. Now they know more about you than you know about yourself. Trust me, they are listening into everything, okay, and analyzing. This is why it's taken 10 years, because they've had to do a collective basic data mining on every person on the planet, any person or every person that owns a cell phone. Okay, so how much time do we have left? 8:30. Okay, so the new quantum financial system on Starlink satellites traditionally into the full operation control the global banking is synced to assets, back systems complete, high level arrests. Now there's a lot of high level arrests that the JAG operation and the Global Alliance are making, and they're making high level arrests in Canada, in Italy, and in France, and Australia, and New Zealand. I know this is going on. Okay, so the new gold-backed U.S. Treasury note, rainbow currency, went live. The ZIM bond holders began redeeming and signing non-disclosure agreements, which were strictly enforced. So they're treating this very seriously. They just don't want to see the good money go into bad hands. Okay, that's basically what they're trying to get through. Redemption centers were under military lockdown for infiltrators, and anyone that tried that was detained and probably arrested and sent to Gitmo. Anyways, my 10 minutes is up, and we will see you on the next one.